Good evening. Good. There's my cat. See my kitty? Yeah, I'm such a good boy. So I want to pose a question. I Yesterday I met this guy. It sounds so weird for me to say yesterday I met a guy, but he commented on one of my videos. Then he added me as a friend on Facebook, and he wanted to talk religion. We satisfied the conversation of religion. He was like, "Look, I don't. Let's not talk about religion anymore. Let's talk about Justice League." And I'm like, really? Not that I'm upset that he didn't want to talk about religion anymore, because that's not the only thing I talk about, and I'm fine with that. The issue is, I don't know. I feel like he's being too forward. Like, he added me as a friend on Facebook, which is fine, and he wanted to discuss it because he was having some doubts. That's fine. But then he was just like, "Hey, let's talk about Justice League," and I was like, okay. So we were talking about Justice League, and that was fine. And I kind of left it at that. But then he was just like, "Hey, you want a video chat?" It, I don't know. Am I being weird? Is it me?
Video chatting, I feel as though that's a bit weird.
Okay.
Because it's like, well, it's weird for me personally because I don't like video chatting. But also, it's even more weird, I think, for two guys who just met.
There's Asia over there.
To video chat. But also, I feel like because it's you, it makes it even more weird. So, in that sense, yes, where I don't feel like he's being too forward with, "Hey, you seem like a cool guy. Let's talk about something because you're interested in Justice League." So you can have a conversation like that, but it is weird. But it is weird for him to be like, "Hey, can we video chat?" And the fact that he tried to call you on Facebook is kind of weird. You do have a pimple on your nose. You're going through puberty, which means other things are
Going
for my
through changes.
Showers.
It's like, I don't video chat with my wife.
You could.
But why? Like, I'll see you when I get home.
But what about when I go out of town?
See, that might be a little different because it's my wife, you out of town. But here's this guy, and he's just like, "Hey, we're friends now. Let's video chat with each other." And I'm
probably lonely.
Yeah.
And he probably like, you're a cool dude. You're very talkative. You're very social. He probably just thinks, "Hey, here's a dude who I can talk to."
And that's cool.
Do you know anything about him?
No, he in the South. Mm-hmm. He lives in the Bible Belt.
What does that even mean?
It's just where everybody's super religious.
Okay.
And he seems like a nice enough guy. I related to when I worked at DSP, there was a dude who I was cooler with more so than anybody else. And when I stopped working there, I assumed that it would just be business as usual for us because that was my homie. But the conversations just kind of stopped. It was like, oh, well, and if I spotted him on the street or something, like there were a couple of times after I got my new gig, I'd see him and we would stop and have a conversation. We would talk about wrestling or whatnot. But, we wasn't one for sitting around chatting with each other on Facebook, or talking on the phone.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay, ask me a question.
Okay, so you, Mr. Harris, have a lot of female friends. Probably more female friends than you do male friends at this point. And you can sit and talk to quite a few people on Facebook for long periods of time, whether it's giving them advice or just talking about anything. So is this weird because you just met him? Or is it weird because it's a dude? Or is it both?
It's probably both. Like, I can't imagine ever video chatting with a guy.
Okay, can you imagine video chatting with, say, like, Vanessa?
If Vanessa wanted to video... Hi, Vanessa. If Vanessa wanted to video chat, that would be cool, but it would be the kind of thing where if you weren't in the room, you were kind of walking in and out. Because it's like you would have to, like, if we were doing it in the living room, and if you were in the room, if you came out, you go, "Oh, he's video chatting with Vanessa."
Right.
And you go, "Hi," but to just be like 11 o'clock at night and I'm on Skype, "Hi, Vanessa. What you doing?" That would be creepy.
Okay, but, and I hear you, and you're right. But, so are you saying that it would be okay to video chat with for you, would it be okay to video chat with a dude during the day when I'm walking past, or are you saying it will only be weird at night? Saying
It
hey,
would
George,
be.
or whatever his name is.
His name is Jose.
Oh, Jose.
Jose. I think it would be weird for two guys to video chat. Period. Like, like I've got two male friends that I'm probably closer to than anybody else, and they're in Michigan. If Ronnie was to say, "Hey, dog, why don't you get on Xbox in the video chat?"
It's time.
And we were playing a game or something, and like his little screen was, that's fine.
Okay, so
but just full blown video. Hey, dog, what's up? Hey, what you
guy,
doing? Hey, I ain't doing nothing. What you doing? That's weird.
This guy say why he wanted to video chat? Was it like, hey, can you video chat because?
No, it has the conversation with it. It was like, hey, are you available for video chat? And before I could answer, he sent me a question mark. And before I could answer, he was like, well, do you? I was like,
okay, let me ask you. Since then, have you responded?
I responded. I said, hey, I'm not much for video chat.
Okay.
Which was being polite.
And have you guys talked since you said that?
No.
Okay, so before he asked you to video chat, where did it leave off?
We were talking about Ben Affleck is the new Batman.
Okay, and when you got from his point of view, were you guys having a legitimate conversation about Batman?
Like, he made a comment, I made a comment. It wasn't like we were discussing it or anything. It wasn't like an in-depth conversation. It was. But
you were engaging in the conversation.
It was. You know the difference between a conversation and texting and passing.
Okay.
There weren't a lot of long answers. He was just like, hey, you like Batman vs. Superman? Sure did. Hey, did you see the uncut one? Sure did. That was awesome. Hey, did you also see Watchmen? Yeah, I saw Watchmen. That was pretty good. Stuff like that. But it wasn't just like me giving this long, in-depth explanation for anything. It was casual conversations between two dudes who didn't know each other.
Do you feel as though you say you feel like he's being too forward?
I do.
You feel as though it is an inappropriate forward, or do you just feel like it's just weird because you don't do that type of thing?
I don't think it's inappropriate. Like, he's gonna be like, yeah, show me your boxers.
The next question.
Send nudes.
What color are your boxers? What? Because the next question I was going to ask you is if you felt like it was an uncomfortable advance or being forward, do you, oh my gosh, do you think that, do you know his sexual preference?
No,
because my question,
it's not come up. We haven't talked about sexual anything.
Do you get the feeling maybe he has a crush on you or something?
That would, but the video where he was originally introduced to me, I was sitting next to you.
What video?
The Jesus Isn't Coming Back video.
Okay. Has he sent you any videos at all, or any voice memos, or anything like that?
He was sending a lot of little voice messages because I type faster than he can talk. So he would.
Did he say that, or did you assume that?
No, he would send a message, and then I would respond. I would listen to it, and then I would respond to what he was saying. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't just like, "Yeah, I'm laying in the bed chilling. What you doing, dog?" It was.
What you doing, bored?
So I'm sorry. Maybe it's just horribly inappropriate. Maybe I'm just being homophobic.
I was asking all those things because it's like it has nothing to do with you being homophobic, because it's like you can be completely like, let's say he was just like, I am super duper gay and I love the cop. That would be fine, but also you would probably feel a little uncomfortable, even more uncomfortable with video chatting and all that kind of stuff. So I don't feel like this is you being homophobic or being weird. It's just you don't like video chatting altogether. Yeah. There are certain people in your life who, if they said, hey, I want a video chat, you would probably be more prone to doing it. Because
like, if Rochelle wanted the video chat, that's my niece. Like, that's fine.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like there are people in your life who you're willing to do that for, but that's not a thing you do, and especially not a thing you do with a man and a man that you just met. So I understand that. So It's not weird. I think it's a bit weird that he wants to video chat, frankly, because even if, let's say, it was a girl or a guy that I was talking to and they wanted to video chat me, I'd kind of be like, why? You again? There are people I'm close to who I don't even video chat. So why do you want to video chat? I feel like the only reason to video chat is because you want to talk to the person and see them at the same time. So what this guy is really saying is, hey,
I
would
want
like
to see you.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like,
so you see how it's just weird.
If he just wanted to talk, he would just send a voice memo, or maybe he would just try to call you on Facebook.
He did.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's right.
So I don't know.
But maybe that is a thing that they do, because a lot of people FaceTime. Like, there are a lot of memes and stuff where it's just like, yeah, when you FaceTime your boy and it's not. People do that, so maybe we're the weird ones. I just don't like video chatting. I'm
not really in the market for a new friend. You know, and if I were, it would have to be organic.
Do you not feel like this organic?
No, I feel like
came to you with a question about a subject that you are very, very interested in, and you gave advice, and from there he was probably like, "Oh, you're a really cool guy. I'm gonna ask you more questions. Do you like Justice League? Do you like Batman? You know?"
Like it felt like too much. Like, I put it this, I've known Valdez for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't video chat with him.
But to be fair, you guys don't talk.
But like, we spoke today on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You know, but I wouldn't video chat with him.
He's so scared of himself.
Yeah, my cat's afraid of its reflection. Look, this is dragged on. Maybe I just don't need new friends. Or maybe, I don't know. No. That's not even how it goes.
No.
Wow.
But